In April 2025, the heavenly bodies herald a period of profound change and unprecedented happiness. Events are coming that will change life beyond recognition and amaze others. Each phase of the moon during this period will be the key to unlocking the potential you can only dream of. The world will see a transformation, confidence, strength and steadfastness will become new traits. April 13th will be a pivotal date when the hidden will be revealed, and ill-wishers will be defeated. The higher powers will send their signs, filling hearts with the realization that the long-awaited happiness is near and will not disappear anywhere. From April 1st to April 11th, during the waxing moon, there will be rapid changes. What seemed quiet and unnoticeable will turn into a magnetizing force, attracting glances. Yesterday's humble performer will suddenly become a leader, determining the course of events. Colleagues will be amazed at the metamorphosis, and management will notice the change in voice, gaze and decisions, sensing a powerful energy of confidence. The long-standing streak of financial turmoil recedes like morning fog under the rays of the sun. Suddenly there is a person who is ready to repay an old debt, and the agreement, which for a long time remained only a project, is approved without the slightest delay. Money comes from a variety of sources, in the form of generous bonuses, tempting business proposals and long-awaited compensation. But most importantly, the nightmare of poverty is behind us. Representatives of the sign of Pisces realize their true importance. What previously seemed like a pipe dream, suddenly becomes a reality. Suppressed before intuition, creativity and hidden talents break free. Some are surprised to find their innovative ideas coming to fruition, some become infallible judges of people, and others acquire the gift of foresight, which allows them to determine the moment for action and the time for waiting. Surrounding people are amazed at the metamorphosis, perceiving Pisces as a kind of angel who descended into their world. Even random passers-by, catching a glimpse of a representative of this sign, have an inexplicable feeling, as if next to them is something more than an ordinary person. April 13th, the night of the full moon, the bloody glow of the moon sheds light on the hidden. The veil of secrecy dissipates, and Pisces discovers the true vision of the world. Recent welcoming words suddenly turn into poisoned arrows, bringing with them bitterness and disappointment. The inhabitants of this world tend to hide in the shadows, their true intentions are carefully hidden, but the treacherous accident, whether it is a dropped phrase, a fleeting glance or inexplicable coincidence, gives them away with a head. Someone unwittingly speaks up, making a fatal mistake, and someone else drops the mask, revealing his true face. Pisces, endowed with the gift of observation, notice all these metamorphoses, but do not rush with retribution, preferring to wait. Prophetic dreams warn against hasty actions, because the highest justice is already being done, and karma weighs the deeds of each on its impartial scales. Inexplicable connection with some higher forces becomes tangible, there is a feeling as if an invisible guide leads by the hand, pointing in the right direction. Answers to agonizing questions come suddenly, as if an epiphany, through scraps of phrases, random signs and symbols. Decisions are made without the slightest hesitation, as if someone is whispering in your ear the only right way. The dreams undergo a change, they no longer inspire fear, but open a veil over the truth. In them are shadows of the past, the faces of long-forgotten people who have left this world, but who have left an indelible trace in the memory. Someone asks for forgiveness for past offenses, and someone forgives the transgressions that seemed unforgivable. The pain gradually dissolves, giving way to healing. The soul seems to experience a second birth, and the world, for the first time in a long time, appears in a new light, transparent and filled with the glow of hope. It turns out that happiness is not something unattainable, hovering in distant reveries, but is very close, in the present moment. It is only necessary to look around carefully to notice its manifestations in everyday life. In the period from April 14th to April 26th, when the moon is in the waning phase, karma comes into its own, influencing the course of events. The time of purification comes not in the form of a destructive hurricane, but like a piercing icy wind that penetrates the soul. Everything that was previously an illusion loses its strength and crumbles to dust. Representatives of the sign of Pisces look around and realize that many things to which they attached great importance, lost its relevance. The desire to please everyone and everyone turns into an insidious trap, from which it is necessary to get free. The moon, passing through the 12th house, reveals long-standing mistakes and omissions. The desire to avoid conflict situations and not to offend anyone turns into an impossible burden. People for whom Pisces made sacrifices, are just casual companions on the road of life. The masks of hypocrisy fall off, and it becomes obvious who is really around, and who only abused their kindness and responsiveness. Material values, which previously seemed an important goal, lose their importance. Financial decisions made in haste or under the influence of extraneous advice are being reconsidered. Those who have accumulated wealth to increase their status in society realize that the acquisition of expensive things is only a way to earn the approval of others, rather than a means of gaining inner confidence and self-sufficiency. In the life of representatives of the sign of Pisces comes a period of reassessment of values, where the foreground is not so much the size of cash receipts, but the purity of their origin and expediency of use. Night dreams become a window into the near future, being a clear and unambiguous pictures of future events, as if some higher powers send signs and warnings. In these visions Pisces see not only themselves, but also people close to them, whose fates are inextricably linked to their own. Some of these dreams can cause anxiety and a pinching feeling in the heart, foreshadowing a rapid change, but the fear of the unknown recedes into the background, giving way to confidence in the regularity of what is happening. The process of inner cleansing continues, removing unnecessary burdens and fear of loss. What once seemed important and necessary, but has long ceased to bring joy, loses its value and significance. Pisces ceases to fear change and for the first time in a long time, perhaps for the first time in their lives, feel the fullness of the present moment. April 27th, the day of the new moon, love comes out of the shadow of silence. The atmosphere around is heating up, anticipating an impending storm, and inside everything is strained to the limit. Love demands decisive action. The moon in the first house of Pisces intensifies feelings, making them bright, powerful, and undeniable. If love is present in Pisces' life, it blossoms into a lush flower, filling everything around it and making hearts beat in unison with the rhythm of passion. Mutuality, when it is present, permeates the entire being, requiring neither words nor proof. The world is transformed, people seem more disposable, and casual encounters are filled with deep meaning. Understanding of the partner's thoughts reaches an almost mystical precision. However, the absence of love creates an unbearable emptiness. Pisces is no longer able to put up with lies, hypocrisy and emotional coldness. Relationships based only on ingrained habit begin to crumble. Those who have been hiding their true feelings for a long time can no longer remain silent, and their confessions sound sudden, overwhelming and even harsh. New moon does not tolerate self-deception. If reciprocity is absent, there is a clearing of space, making room for sincere feelings and genuine connections. It is a time for amazing encounters, momentous acquaintances and unexpected returns. Forgotten old connections are making themselves known again. Someone from the past, once significant, reappears, but not always to stay in life. Sometimes such a meeting is only necessary to realize that the past must remain in the past. Between April 28th and April 30th, the waxing moon in the sign of Taurus influences the 2nd and 6th houses of Pisces. Material stability and confidence in the future become powerful incentives for personal growth and development. The influence of cosmic forces perceptibly slows down the usual pace of life, allowing dreams and plans to take concrete shape. Spheres related to material well-being gradually get rid of uncertainty, as if the fog dissipates under the rays of the rising sun. The channels of cash flow become more stable, and new prospects appear on the horizon, hitherto remained in the shadows. Representatives of the sign of Pisces begin to see in finance as not a disorderly flow, and an effective mechanism for the realization of the innermost aspirations. The 2nd house of the horoscope, traditionally responsible for resources and property, reveals its full potential, strengthening the desire for comfort and tangible results. The sixth house, symbolizing order and self-discipline, gives a powerful impetus to positive transformations in everyday life. Comes the realization that external success is impossible without internal harmony and clear organization. Harmful habits lose their power, giving way to conscious actions and balanced decisions aimed at maintaining physical and mental health. Pisces seeks to organize its daily routine, prioritize and ruthlessly eliminate all unnecessary and distracting. The energy of the waxing moon endows them with purpose and determination. Perseverance, which previously lacked in certain endeavors, manifests itself in full force. Pisces cast aside doubts and no longer wait for favorable circumstances, they take the initiative in their own hands and act. Representatives of this sign of the zodiac show amazing determination. If the circumstances require action, they do not waste time on doubts, and boldly go forward. When they face the need to choose, the decision comes to them without undue hesitation and agonizing deliberation. Any changes that life presents to them are not perceived as a potential threat, but as an exciting new opportunity for growth and development. Their flexibility and amazing ability to adapt to the most unpredictable circumstances are fully manifested. What can knock others off balance, for them becomes only a stimulus to find new ways and horizons. It is in such situations, they feel most confident and comfortable, like a fish in the water. The world opens up to them from a completely new, uncharted side, and they look to the future with optimism and fearlessness. The universe seems to favor them, giving them a sense of eternal happiness. Unexpected and even shocking events are perceived not as enemies, but as peculiar signs indicating the right direction. What may seem like chaos and confusion, in fact, is a manifestation of the ideal order established by the universe itself. April for them is not just a random month, but a time when every event, every revelation and every sudden encounter become links in one big chain leading to their true destiny. They need not fear change. What is leaving their lives has long since worn out and should have disappeared, and what is being revealed has always been laid down within them. Karma inexorably puts everything in its place, sifting out the unnecessary and highlighting the true values, bringing into their lives only those people who really should be around. Universal justice is strictly observed. If something is taken away, it means that something much better and more valuable is prepared in return. When fate presents something that at first sight seems to be a shock to the basics, it is worth considering. Is it not in fact a long-awaited awakening? Trusting yourself is a compass that will never fail. The inner voice, intuition, is the most reliable guide in the labyrinths of life. One should not forget about the higher forces that are always ready to help. And one more important revelation: happiness is not a mirage in a distant desert, but a blooming oasis right here and now. It does not set conditions, does not depend on the whims of other people, does not wait for ideal circumstances or fateful decisions. Happiness is an inner light that you just need to see and embrace. Open your eyes and you will see that it has always been there.